Pranam, Namaste, welcome to I Am Woke. I'm your host, Emelina Calder. In this video, we're gonna jump into how to understand signs from your spirit guides. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Emelina. I'm a psychic medium, an Akashic records reader, a high-performance spiritual life and business coach, personal branding coach, and a modern shaman. And on my channel, you can expect videos that are energy updates for the new moons and full moons channeled in the Akashic records, as well as personal and spiritual development videos. If that sounds like your vibe, go ahead and tap that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. And if you want to reestablish and really enforce your own connection to source consciousness, I have the Rainbow Sacred Flame of Creation meditation that I created for you guys that I'll link in the description below for free. All right, so here's the deal. Our spirit guides, spirit, source, is sending us signs all the livelong day around what we should do, whether or not things are like in the right direction for us. They're leading us towards and away from different circumstances, people, events. The beauty about signs and synchronicities is that they give us like concrete, almost like an evidence or like proof, right? That we're on the right track. And it's how source helps us build evidence so that we can continue to build more positive expectation and believe in the universe's ability to bring us what we need and what we want. And the universe is sending us signs all the time. Now here's the deal. So many of us miss the synchronicities or the signs because we're not being present. So the first thing is to be present. Don't be escaping into some like past tripping where you're rehearsing everything that's gone wrong in the past. Don't go future tripping where you're thinking about from a place of anxiety all the things that might go wrong in the future or like what the future might bring to you that would cause you some sort of doubt or insecurity, and instead be present as frequently as you possibly can throughout your day. And a really simple way to be and get present is to focus on your breath, even for 60 seconds. Just to sit and breathe deeply with 3 to 4 breaths is enough to recenter and refocus yourself. When you are present, you are attentive to the guidance that is reaching you in any moment. Most of us miss synchronicities because we're too busy thinking about something else, which places blinders on the mind and on the intuitive abilities, so we're not able to pick up on actually all of the magic that the universe has in any moment to show us where we're going. Number 2 is to pay attention. I know it's so simple and so silly, but when you are looking for signs, you'll find them. And here are some ways that signs can look. There are lots of like generic signs, and then there are signs that are more personalized to you. So you could be walking down the street and you look down on the sidewalk and there's a penny. That is God. That is a sign of currency literally coming to you, which is a spiritual current. That's a sign. Finding feathers. I know so many people that love feathers. Those are a really obvious sign from your angels, from your spirit guides and guardians. Angel numbers, 444, 555, all the zeros, or like when you guys see 1111, those are angel numbers and those are signs too. And when you see signs like 1, 2, 3, 4, or you see a bunch of zeros and then a bunch of 1s or 2s and then 7s or 8s, like that is ascension. You're moving through, ascending through a protocol, probably mentally and emotionally through your day. And that's proof to show you that you're on the right track when you're moving up the scale of numbers. If you have loved ones either in your life currently or those that have passed over, you see their names somewhere. One of my friends just told me that frequently when she's wondering whether or not she's safe, she'll look down and see her boyfriend's name like imprinted on the sidewalk and stuff like that. So I don't know, there are so many different signs that you can have. Some of the signs can be as simple as you just being present in your environment and overhearing someone in conversation say something to someone else, or maybe even to you that was something that you needed to hear. Another sign could be a car horn honking or a loud noise that's bringing your attention to the moment or your attention to something that's being said to you or a current circumstance that you're in. There are so many signs. The universe is always leading us towards the better circumstances, towards the positive synchronicities, and using negative synchronicities to tell us that we're not on the right track, you know, like more conflict. Negative synchronicities could be like bumping your shin, hurting yourself during the day, missing a bus or a train, or like hitting lots of red lights if you're in a car. If you guys notice while you're driving, if you're encountering red light after red light after red light, that's always something that I'll take into account as a sign. Or if you're seeing lots of green lights, that's another sign. Or if you notice that at every light you're hitting yellow lights, that's another sign too, quite literally to slow down and start to take in your surroundings. Animals are signs too, hearing birds chirp, seeing ravens or crows that I see both of those all the time are big psychic signs for me. Another big psychic sign is seeing hawks flying in the air, which I see all the time. But animals are always signs too. You can do a quick little search on your phone, like I know you guys are gonna do, where you can search for what this angel number means or what this spirit animal totem means. And then you'll get the message from your guides. But you can even just intuit it in the moment, like when you see a squirrel running or a hummingbird. I see those two all the time, squirrels and hummingbirds. And I tap in and I ask myself, I see the hummingbird and I say, okay, what's being said to me? And then I receive the message, and that's the message in the moment. And what's wild is if you're paying attention, you can get lots of signs all at once. When the universe is really trying to get my attention, like I was having a conversation with someone on the phone in my apartment, and literally a crow landed on a telephone wire outside of my window and stared at me, looked at me in the eyes, and confirmed what was happening on the phone with me. And I was like, are you kidding me? And then in case I would have missed that one, a squirrel was running down a building and it stopped and it stared at me in the eyes. And I was like, whoa, like literally right after the crow. And then after that, like 10 minutes later, like 2 hummingbirds came and they were like wrapping around each other and going to go get some nectar and some flowers. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like sign after sign after sign after sign. And I got a whole string of messages from all of those animal spirits. Signs can also come in like text messages from friends. Like if you hear friends are receiving really great things happening in their life, that's a sign that that's there for you too. And then number 3, everything is related. So when you know that everything is related and everything is a direct reflection of you or some sort of reflection of your like energetic experience in this world, it could be reflecting you back to you like more literally, or it could be more of just the experience of like, what do I think about that? What did that trigger in me? And that's the mirrored reflection. So when you know that everything's related, you can start linking in and connecting the dots psychically to understand the message of the day or the message of the moment, or like what's going on or where I need to navigate myself, because there are lots of little messages that might look inconsequential by themselves, but when you string them together, there's a full message. And that could be through your entire day, or it could be through an entire moment. So if I'm like at a cafe and I hear someone say something, and then I see a specific colored car drive by, and then I look down at it and there's a text message from a friend on my phone, and then I have a specific thought and I turn around and I literally bump into someone I haven't seen in forever or something like that. It's like stringing all the things together, and then all of a sudden the message is so clear and so obvious. It's looking for the similarities rather than the differences, and seeing those similarities strung together. So if you're thinking about traveling, let's say you want to travel to Mexico, and you're asking your guides for a sign if that's a good idea, and then you walk into a cafe and there's a couple speaking Spanish, these things are related. These are your signs. And you can ask always for more and more and more signs to help you build more concrete evidence. And number 4 is to select a few signs that are really meaningful to you and just communicate to your guides just through straight intention that these are your signs, and that if they want to get a hold of you, grab your attention, or communicate to you, that they should bring these things into your environment and that you'll be paying attention for these specific signs. So for a lot of people I know, the 1111 on the clock is like a huge sign, or on a license plate. Like people love angel numbers. I always take confirmation in forms of money, so random pennies, quarters, nickels, dimes, and dollars on the sidewalk, I always think is a really great sign. And I can't even tell you how much random change I pick up on the sidewalk. And every time I say, it's always linked to like me having a phone conversation or talking to a friend that I'm walking with. Whenever I find money on the ground, it literally is directly related to the thing that literally I was talking about or thinking about. To find money is to step into the flow of the current. It's like a literal representation of flow, of energy flow. So whatever you were thinking and wherever you were speaking when you find money, or before you find money, or before money flows into your life easily, is something to pay attention to. And then you can ask for other signs like feathers, or rainbows is one of my signs. I don't know, for some people it could be hearts or someone's specific name, but ultimately think about a sign, think about like an object, an animal, and maybe like a favorite phrase that you have, or like a personal slogan. Anyway, I hope you love this video. If you did, as always, go ahead and tap that like button below. I'd love to hear in the comments what signs you look for from the universe to know that everything's okay and on track. What are your favorite synchronicities? If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications. And as always, if you guys love my vibe, I'd love to invite you to work with me. I will leave a bunch of links in the description below, including the application for my personal one-on-one transformation accelerator high performance coaching program, as well as my online program called Break the Mold, which is a radical authenticity program to build your spiritual wealth and storehouse of confidence. Akashic Records Immersion, which teaches you how to tap into and develop your own psychic gifts and read your own Akashic Records, which is the blueprint of the soul. And then I've also got the I Am Success meditation album, which is 5.5 hours of shamanic light-coded transmissions and activations to help you recode your wealth blueprint, your financial blueprint, and your success blueprint all energetically in your subconscious. Until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy.